The Amberjack assessment is designed to measure pure potential through 4 rather unconventional pillars, thus eliminating any bias for previous knowledge or expertise. This makes this assessment particularly helpful in screening entry-level jobs such as students, graduates, and interns. In this video, I'm going to cover these 4 pillars, how they come into play through the assessment, and how to score high on each. Okay, first things first. The 4 pillars measured by the Amberjack assessment are grit, creative force, applied intellect, and digital mindset. Each of these pillars, in turn, is further divided into 2 or 3 sub-traits. We will get back to these sub-traits a bit later, but first I want to describe the assessment itself. The Amberjack assessment contains 20 to 25 questions, has no time limit, and combines situational judgment, verbal, numerical, and video interview questions. The situational judgment questions constitute about half the test, and they are the ones that are going to have the biggest impact on your score. Each question presents you with a short work-related scenario with 4 optional responses. You need to decide which of these responses is the most and least effective. Correct answers will gain you points in the different pillars measured by each question. Later in this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step method to rate, compare, and evaluate responses for best results, a method I thoroughly review in my full Amberjack prep course. The link is in the description if you're interested. Numerical and verbal questions are structured as emails from colleagues. Based on the data attached to the fictional email, you need to choose the most accurate way to respond. Unlike situational judgment questions, here you have only one correct answer. The last type of question is the video interview questions. Your self-recorded responses to these questions are not going to be viewed by your potential employer, rather by an Amberjack assessor, and they are going to determine whether your answers are aligned with the pillars of grit, creative force, applied intellect, and digital mindset. Note that you will have as much time as you want to prepare for these questions, but only 2 minutes to record them and only 1 shot. Once you started recording, you cannot go back or pause the video. Okay, let's get back to the question I presented earlier and use it to explain the step-by-step ranking method. Pause the video, read the scenario and the responses, and try to figure out which one is most and least effective. A full solution is coming right up. This question measures 2 traits simultaneously. The first is future focus in the creative force pillar. Do you take a future-oriented perspective and offer a practical solution to the issue at hand? The second is resilience in the grit pillar. Are you willing to address the issue yourself, even if it is somewhat uncomfortable? Let's evaluate how well each response corresponds to these traits. Response A is mostly an attempt to relieve yourself of the responsibility to resolve the issue. It shows unwillingness to deal with the client and therefore low resilience. In addition, this response does not offer any solution whatsoever, so low future focus as well. Response B also gets a very low resilience score, but the attempt to offer some assistance, as lackluster as it may be, gets a couple of points for future focus. Response C demonstrates resilience, as you do not avoid interacting with a client. However, by focusing on the past as a way to divert the client from the current problem and offering no meaningful resolution, this response shows a complete lack of future focus. The last response is the only one that demonstrates both resilience and future focus, by proactively tackling the issue on one hand and offering meaningful steps for resolving the conflict on the other. Considering these high, medium, low scores, we can easily see that response D is the most recommended and response A is the least recommended. So if we want to summarize the step-by-step method we've just seen, here's how it goes. Step 1. Find the traits measured by the question. There will nearly always be 2 such traits. Step 2. Rank each response as high, low, or, if possible, medium for each trait. Step 3. Choose the most and least recommended responses based on the ratings of Step 2. For many more examples like this one, with a variety of combinations of pillars and traits, check out my full Amberjack assessment prep course. The link is in the description. And if you have any question I did not cover in this video, feel free to leave a comment and I will do my best to help you out. Good luck and see you next time.